Hi guys, I'm Sean. This is Alyssa.
Gus is in our hearts, and this is Internet Rabbit Hole Daily.
And we are back reacting to 21 things only in India tourists can't understand.
Okay.
Now, from the looks of the thumbnail here, they're going to be hitting on, you know how they give like haircuts, but they put like fire on your head and they
they burn off your hair instead of cutting it.
Now, I want to say that we do want to go to India, so this is kind of like preparation. So that when we get there, we'll be one of the tourists that can understand these 21 things. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
now, before somebody gets married in India, they get a thorough, shall we say, snooping, sometimes without even being aware of that.
What?
There are pre-matrimonial detective agencies in India that provide services of private investigators. There are also spit inspectors.
What?
These people, also known as nuisance
Spit?
detectors, catch and give fines to those who litter or
Spit?
spit in public.
You know
Who cares if
I
you
don't have
spit
a problem.
on the ground?
Yeah, it's gross.
But if you spit on the ground, like it's outside, who cares?
Well, because if your outside looks like this and people are spitting around there, you're going to be stepping on it. There's little spittles going to be getting on people.
Well,
I totally agree with these police officers.
I don't think people spit on other people.
Well, no, but the wind can carry it. He's doing a good job here. I like those spit officers.
Profession you aren't likely to meet anywhere else
Who is this
an
dude?
ear cleaner. So the process of removing earwax requires some traditional instruments.
So satisfying,
they don't use
though.
Q-tips.
Oh, I watched my mom get her earwax removed one time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was there, but she was like in the doctor's, and he shot like this like watery gun thing, I think, in there, and then you could see like all the wax comes out into this like bucket, like it's like a jet thing, and then. Oh, I want to get it done.
Well, this isn't the only culture that has turned this into a fine art. I know the Chinese do this as well as I think other Asian countries, you know. But I was literally just before we watched this, someone uploaded a video on the ancient art of Chinese wax removal.
Yeah, they do it different. I want to see how they do it here.
So used to. Their instruments are called the steel needle. It
can be very sensual.
And a pincer. Yikes. The ear cleaner rolls some cotton around the needle so it looks like a Q-tip, and the clients have their ears cleaned.
It's a needle.
Ear cleaners usually can be found somewhere in the city center, around monuments, or
I
at a
don't want a
local
needle
market.
in my ear.
This profession is rare and exotic in today's India, but it used to be quite common.
Wow.
In this country, your dream may come true and you'll get paid for sliding down a water slide.
Paid?
The profession's called Waterslide Tester.
Oh, what?
People
Tester?
have to control if the slides are both safe and fun. Usually these people work in various hotels and spend most of their time in planes, traveling from one resort to another. There's a village where...
How can there be that many water slides? He's like, oh, well, I got another water slide.
They do it for a living. Well, then they have to travel all across the country, too.
Because at first I thought he just worked in like one city, so he'd go around to the same water slide, be like, yeah, it's still fun. It's still good.
Functioning.
Yeah.
Locals have no locks on doors. Not a single house there has one. Even public toilets have no locks or doors. Only a curtain, thank you. It might seem somewhat reckless, but in fact, it's one of the safest places out there. The locals lean a wooden stick against the door just to keep the stray dogs out of their house.
Oh, wow. Which place specifically were they saying?
I don't
know.
know.
It's one of the safest places?
We'll probably have to sort of rewind and double check on this
Or
one.
just tell us in the comments.
The only police station opened there only in 2015, and still there are no complaints. Even the local bank has no lock. It's officially the only bank in the world that's...
The bank doesn't have a lock.
I'm sure they've got a safe in
No,
there.
they said there's no lock.
I mean, I doubt you just like walk into the bank, there's just stacks of money everywhere.
They just
It's like, well, it's the honor system.
I don't know, yeah.
Locked. When the locals are out of town, they don't ask the neighbors to look after their houses, and they're not afraid to leave valuables, money, and jewelry.
Really?
I have a feeling this might be just a little bit of an over-exaggeration.
Well, it must be a small little community that like they know everyone.
Well,
we've steal or something.
We've seen at least one more of these bright side ones, and people are like, "Yeah, no, that's not true. And this is a bunch of bullshit." And they have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Dishes are quite popular in India. Between 15 and 30% of the whole country's population are vegetarian.
Oh,
Some people tend to eat fish only and never eat any land animals. Many large food chains, famous for yummy meat dishes, even provide a whole new vegetarian menu for India. Wow. Cutlery isn't really required for many traditional Indian dishes.
Right, yeah.
They say that mouth-watering curry tastes even better
I've heard
if
that.
eaten with the fingers.
That is your worst.
Yeah, I was going to say
nightmare.
you'd fit in great because you don't
Yeah.
use cutlery, but in the West we kind of are supposed to.
Well,
Alyssa doesn't. That's
Sean-
all right.
I do. Like, I just don't always, but I do. But Sean's like an extreme germaphobe,
Yeah, well,
and
you-
it's so unnecessary to like.
Okay. We're out to dinner, fancy restaurant. Alyssa's got like, crap all over her fingers, like, licking them. It's like
Yeah, I'm getting my
That's
money's worth. I gotta get every last little bit.
Yeah, in the COVID era, we're supposed to be like sanitizing our hands, not sticking them in our mouths. Goodness gracious.
I would assume that you'd want to eat the fingers separately, but hey, just thinking out loud here. There's also a wide range of crazy traditional dishes, but there's one called, okay, let's just put it on the screen, thanks. It's made from potatoes, which are pretty common for Indian food. The exotic part is that the potatoes in the dish are actually extra old. Even more, they're rotten.
Oh!
And there's a bunch of traditional spices. It's just a side dish. You'll need to choose the main course. Samosas are another traditional Indian.
Is it one of those rotten things where it's like not bad for you, like blue cheese?
They
Like,
must, it looks like they cut off the mold part, so maybe it just sort of, what do you
it's
call it?
more flavorful and
yeah.
it's like fermented.
Yeah, fermented. That was the word I was
weird.
looking for.
of potatoes. They're deep fried and look like dumplings. And they're both a side dish and a main course. Now, if you love sugar, don't forget to thank India for it.
Thank you, India.
It was first extracted and refined there about 2,500 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Then the Chinese picked up the technique
okay.
and it spread
had
all
no
over
idea.
the world.
Oh, so it started
Another
in
thing
India.
you should
Wow.
be grateful to
Sugar
India
cane?
for is shampoo. The very first version was made from dried herbs, some extracts, and water.
That's so funny because
Dried herbs.
literally before we started recording today, you were complaining about how your shampoo's not working and all this sort of
Well,
stuff.
it's not even shampoo. Like I'm trying to make my own hair wash, like with soap nuts, because my head's really sensitive. I have like eczema on my scalp now, and so maybe there's some sort of traditional
I was
Indian
gonna
recipe.
say, yeah, maybe you
because
can just follow the recipes.
I'm using the soap nuts, and then it seems like it's still like too strong too. Because the issue I have is that it'll like dry my hair out. It's like too harsh. If I use normal shampoo, I get a skin reaction. But then if I use something that I try to make, like sometimes it's just like way too strong. So I'm gonna look into maybe Indian remedies.
Maybe there's a video on like how to make Indian style shampoo.
because it's saying herb, so I haven't seen that before. I've
Cool.
seen making it with different types of soap and then the soap nuts.
No,
sort of
I don't
thing.
know how this is something that like a tourist can't understand. Like some of these don't exactly fit
I can't understand that.
Yeah, yeah, they invented sugar, or like they were the first ones to
Yeah.
process sugar. Oh, really?
Looks like they put oil in it. There's oil, water, and then some sort of herb or something.
Soap berries and soap nuts.
Oh, soap berries.
Berries.
That's what you have.
I know. I thought that I had a feeling that it was somewhere from India, but I was like, oh, I thought it was from Africa, but
Yeah. Well, as far as I thought
Both
they
places,
were
maybe.
from Amazon. You
You
know,
use-
Amazon.ca. That's where you bought it from.
you boil the shells, so soap berries the full thing, I think. Or maybe that's something different. Soap nut, I use the shells of it.
Widespread in India. So this component was a perfect match for the shampoo formula. It's probably because of the right shampoos that most Indians have absolutely
Yeah, they have really
stunning
nice hair.
and cool hair.
That's why Yash has such good hair.
By the
Yeah.
way-
I think I might be just getting I might be making the soap nut thing too strong or something, or maybe I need to add something else to make it not as
Well,
harsh.
we can
So-
we'll put this out into the universe and see what
In
happens.
India, it's possible to cut clients' hair with fire. It's not that widespread.
Oh
though.
yeah, fire! Here
Only
we are,
one barber is said
cutting
to
it
do
with fire.
I should so
First,
do
they
that.
sprinkle the hair with some flammable powder.
What?
Then they light it up and literally set the
Don't
hair
think they
on
use a
fire.
blowtorch,
While
but
the
maybe
hair's
they do.
burning, the stylist creates the right shape with the help of two
Why would they do that? It's so much more difficult and harder. Why wouldn't they just use
Because
scissors?
it looks cool, silly.
combs. He says the fire helps fix the hair right. He also claims to have at least 15 clients each day who come to get this very
Well, I
cut.
can't understand
He
this
sure
one.
makes it look
I
like
can't.
it's a singe to do.
Ah,
If
singe
you
to
like
do.
holidays,
Really
India
sketchy.
is the
Doesn't it burn your
destination.
scalp?
Indians have about 1,000 various festivals and events. Sometimes people
1,000?
even celebrate the first hair cutting, or who knows,
What?
hair burning. All of the local celebrations are totally worth seeing. Holi
Cool.
is the festival of
Holi.
colors. and
Holi.
People consider it to mark the beginning of spring. It starts at the end of February and finishes in March. It involves the famous powder throwing, so don't wear that brand new white shirt to the festival. Diwali
yeah, don't
is
wear
the
those brand new
celebration
Yeezys.
that lasts 5 days.
Diwali.
People give gifts to each other, usually sweets, and light thousands of candles and oil lamps. No other country in the world has that many celebrations.
Oh, really?
India holds a lot of world records too. The largest sundial in the world is located in the town of Jaipur. It's a tower 90
Oh,
feet
cool.
tall.
Sundial.
It's made of polished stone and looks like an architectural masterpiece. The shadow of this sundial moves at about 2.5 inches per
Oh.
minute, so you can see the time.
Oh, that'd be so
literally
cool to
moves
just
there.
watch.
Yeah.
Another longest thing in India are nails. According to the Guinness World Records,
I've seen that in the
longest
Guinness book.
fingernails ever belong to an Indian man.
Oh, I didn't
They're
realize it was
almost
an
as
Indian
long as a
person.
London double-decker bus.
Oh,
He cut them
yeah.
off back in 2018, but before, the total length of all his fingernails
Oh my
had
God.
reached 358 inches.
How the heck
There's
does that
also a
even
record for the
happen? How long did
quantity
that
of
take?
movies produced per year. In 2018, 1,813 new movies were filmed in India.
Whoa.
The quantity is so impressive that if you wanted to watch all the movies made in the country in 2018 and you watched a movie per day, you'd still be watching them today in 2021.
Wow.
Yeah, that's we'll never run out of content.
I know,
at
hey?
least.
Yeah.
Sentinel Island, which is a part of India, is probably the world's most remote place since nobody can visit it.
Is that where that tribe is?
Yeah,
What
what's
is
it called? Like the
Ja-
Sentinelese or something?
The Jara, isn't it Ja?
Okay.
Or no,
Find
maybe
out.
there's a Sentinelese. Oh yeah, there's
Aren't
two different
welcome
ones.
there. The locals are quite introverted and would always reject any contact from outside. No ship is allowed to come closer than 5 nautical miles,
Yeah.
and special people always patrol the area. It's one of the very few places in the world that has no modern civilization.
Wow.
Recently, the island's been open to the researchers, but tourists still can't visit it. Several years ago, 2 frogs got married in one coastal town named Udupi.
All
It was
right.
done to encourage the rainfall. It was too hot, over 120 degrees
Did it work?
Fahrenheit.
That's my
Yeah.
Both
question.
animals had unique outfits for this occasion,
Ah!
and the bride even had
I want to see the actual
I know,
frogs. We should
yeah.
look it up after. Why? I want to see the actual pictures.
Me too, me too.
toe ring. The 2 frogs were sent off on a honeymoon to Manipala and were released there.
What
Sat-
if they they lost them on the way, and they didn't finish their honey? They were like, they're like, wait, where's Mr. Frog? Where'd he go? They're like,
Died on the way.
they put him down for a second, and he just
Yeah,
hops
hopped
away,
away.
and they're like,
Yeah.
oh dang it, we'll have to find another frog
This is
husband.
ridiculous.
Sadly, each of these guys had to go their own way a couple of months later because the locals had to stop the downpour that started soon after their wedding somehow.
It worked.
There are not 4, but 6 seasons overall here. According
Oh,
to the
is there,
North,
like, monsoon
West,
season
and
and
Central
stuff?
Indian calendars, Indian spring is in March and April. Next comes summer, also known as hot season. It starts in May and finishes in June. It's also one of the marriage seasons. Next comes monsoon,
Monsoon.
also known
Wow.
as rainy season. It starts after the summer solstice, usually in July, and lasts throughout August. Next comes fall, which spreads from late September to mid-November. After fall, they have a pre-winter or simply cool season. The real winter or cold season starts in January and goes on until February.
Oh, like
In fact, there
what,
are many
2
more
months?
other calendars in India, but all of them have 6 seasons with slight differences. The Statue of Unity is actually twice as tall as the Statue of Liberty,
Ooh.
reaching 600
I don't know
feet.
if I've ever heard of this.
Yeah,
Opened to
I've
the
never heard
public
of it.
Only about 2 years ago, back in 2018.
Wait, it opened to the public
Wow.
only 2 years ago?
So they must have built it rather
Is
just
it
recently. Yeah.
It was open to the public only about 2 years ago,
Oh,
back
okay.
in 2018. The statue consists of 5
Who is
parts,
it?
but only 3 of them are accessible to visitors.
Oh,
The
you
first
can
part
visit
starts
the
at the
park?
statue base and finishes at the shins. This zone has 3 levels and includes the exhibition area, a garden,
How do they
and a
build something
museum.
like that?
The second part reaches up the statue's thighs. The third one has
inside?
a viewing spot at
You
a
go
height
inside?
of 500 feet.
Oh.
The fourth part is the maintenance area,
Whoa.
and visitors can't get there. Finally, the fifth one comprises the shoulders and head.
Whoa.
In the first 11
That's
days
so
after
cool.
its opening, almost 130,000 tourists came to see this colossal statue. That's more than the population of the capital of Kansas, Topeka. Apparently, a whole lot of people showed up to peek at this statue. Yeah,
Oh
pun
boy.
intended.
He's
What?
Topeka at the statue.
To peek at the statue.
Yeah, it was just a bit of a pun there.
Jeez.
Well, that was interesting. Not entirely just things that tourists would find confusing, but I think just sort of interesting stuff in general. I have a feeling that a few people are going to be like, yeah, that's bullshit.
I want to see the frogs.
That was exaggerated.
Can we look up the frog wedding?
We've been having a lot of fires around here. In fact, as we're speaking, my throat's a little bit sore because there's so much smoke in the air. I think that we should get a couple of frogs to marry, and maybe we'll get some rain.
Here's the picture.
Oh,
Look at it.
I love it.
That was in 2019. Look at them. What were the names? Oh, that is so funny.
That is cute.
Look
I
at it.
love
They've got like the flowers.
I know. Jeez.
I want to see the honeymoon. Like, what did they do? They made them like sit at a table and like eat dinner. Or
I
something?
don't know. Wow.
Look at them in all their jewels.
You guys are have nicer clothing than us.
They could care less though. Look at their expressions.
No way. They're loving every
Look at
moment
their
of it.
expressions.
They're like,
They look
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're sleeping.
Look at me. I'm the star. Wow.
It was definitely an arranged marriage.
I don't know.
sure.
It might have been true love. We don't know how they met.
Yeah.
Come on now. Let's not cast aspersions. I
Oh.
like the one with the wedding cake there.
Well, this is obviously staged. It's like Photoshop.
Yeah. This is what they'd look like if it was the West, right? You'd have like the top hat and the tiara, big wedding cake.
I
back
wonder like
there.
how many people went to the ceremony and stuff.
Yeah. Huh.
That's so funny, but it worked apparently. Like
I'm just curious. Do you think they have tadpoles at this point? Right? Because do they have kids? Anyways, I just hope they haven't croaked. I get it. Anyways. All right. We'll be here all week, folks. So if you enjoyed that and would like to see us react to more stuff about India,
about frogs having weddings.
that too. Well, then we're going to ask you to click that subscribe button. Click the little bell icon. Choose all from the drop-down menu so you can get updated every time we upload a new video.
If you enjoyed this video, please let us know by clicking the thumbs up button and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. You can send in recommendations to our email, irhsubtitles@gmail.com, or you can post them to the subreddit page, which you're going to want to become a member. It's like a website.
Yeah, we got like over 500 members there sharing their recommendations, posting memes, having conversations, all sorts of other fun stuff. And if you want to support the channel in other ways, we do have some donation links down there. This sort of stuff takes time and money, and the more money we got, the more time we got to spend time with you guys. We love you a whole lot.
Love
This
you
is
guys.
Internet Rabbit Hole Daily.
Signing off.
Bye-bye, guys.